Today is Saturday. The last time I lifted was last Thursday. I got a really nice lift in, and I've been feeling so good doing these lifts, lifting slow, and staying at the same weight, even a lower weight, only 160 pounds on the box squat, and progress as far as lifting more weights seems so far off in the distance, and you really got to think long term in order to um, feel good about the idea of progressing. You got to think years out almost, which I'm 43 years old, and I still have that um, hope of you know being athletic. You know, if the world is still the way it is, and you can play basketball and that kind of thing, in my 50s and beyond, if possible. Like I said, I have that hope. You might think delusion. I'm delusional enough to think that I have a inside of me this something that is wants to fight and wants to not give up. As I've gotten older, I have something else that's kind of come up inside of me. Of this. And some of it is built from this satisfaction in knowing that this world is not it. We have something in heaven. That said, I got a lot of goals for this planet on this earth, and physical goals is what I'm talking about right now, specifically desires in that sense. But long term, and so these slow squats are feeling really good. And one thing that they've done is they had taken away a lot of the pain I was getting in my knees. Like when I was playing basketball, I was hardly feeling anything. But when I took off, so last Thursday I lifted, and then so a week and a half ago almost, I lifted, and then Friday I believe I played basketball, and then Saturday, let's see, Sunday. No, I lifted on Sunday, but then I took off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I played Thursday, and I played yesterday, which is Friday, and after playing those 2 days in a row, I noticed. So when I played yesterday, one thing I noticed is I was more athletic, able to move. So that could have been resting from the lifting, but also the lifting itself helped me to get to that point. So I was feeling good, but then I was feeling so good. I was doing movements with my body that you do when you feel good that can lead to injury because you're pushing it. And that's so my knees kind of hurting in a weird way right now. So just now I did a long warm up, and then I did a set of slow squats with about 10 pounds on each side. And what I noticed, especially when I went really slow, was the pain working out. And it made me think of this analogy that working out, lifting weights, even eating right and resting, it's kind of like the it's kind of like when you clean up after a party. Um, you have a big party, and you got to clean up. You don't want to do it, but you got to clean, do this, do that. Sweep, throw the garbage, all the stuff you do when you clean, and then if you want to throw another party, you got to prepare for that next party. You buying the food or whatever. And so the sleeping and the eating and the resting and the lifting are that slow, hard process that really is tough to do. And then basketball is like the party, so much fun. But during the party, you create work for yourself that you have to bounce back from, or kind of like having a let's say you have a dream lifestyle, and so to get that lifestyle, you got to make money. So you getting that, going to school and getting that job and going to work, all of those hours is like the weightlifting and all of those things. And then when you actually go to the store or whatever and you spend that money, that's the when you get up for that dunk or you play ball or whatever it is. And so yesterday for me that was the spending, but now is working and putting that money back into the account, because what can happen is if you can overspend. In real life, you have a certain amount of money, and now they make it easy with credit cards. You overspend, and if you overspend, you're in the red. You got to pay fees, whatever it is. interest for credit cards, and I think that's what it is with basketball. You know, you do the weightlifting, and then you want to cash in on it playing basketball. But if you go too far, like I did yesterday, now I'm in the red, and I got this pain, so I got to get back from it. So I was thinking, I think I heard somebody else, probably Mike Israel, tell he had a metaphor that was kind of similar. So, but I was just thinking of that now. So anyway, 5 minutes in, I had something else I was gonna talk about, but let me do this set first before I cool all the way down, and I want to balance the video out. So yeah, let me do this real quick. Got my orange on again. Gaining weight, not so concerned. I want to lose, but man, food has just been so good. So you can see it when you look at me. Man, I think I was 184 the other day. So we'll see. Still not so huge, you know. Still a man, you know. But anyway. Oh yeah, it feels better already. Not as fun to watch slow squats, but perhaps it's not as smooth. But man, it feels so good, so I just gotta do it. Gotta go slow to go fast, gotta crawl before you can walk. One more. Feel pretty good. Don't looking big. Man, part of it is my wife made these homemade biscuits last night. Man, they were so good. They reminded me of this place in Illinois called Brown's Chicken. This really nice biscuits. And then she also made a pound cake because we're going to some friends. We're going to friends this afternoon for just to hang out and eat. So, I mean, the good thing is I should be very energized for my workouts, and I'm gonna get to my goals. It's just the main goal is to be injury free and just get into the summertime, ease on there. I'm not discouraged or nothing like that, and I also know there's some bigger athletes with a bigger uh, weight. Their ratio, weight to height ratio, is bigger than mine. So um, that doesn't mean I want to get bigger, but I'm not, you know, thinking that I'm doing something that's going to be so bad for my athletic potential at the moment. So, but anyway, the other thing I was going to say, so, man, being a leader is not easy, especially when you focus on other people. I think of what the president is doing right now, and he's getting a lot of criticism. Obviously, a lot of his criticism is from people who have uh, bad intentions, and they just want to make him look bad, sound bad. So they're doing everything in their power towards that goal. Um, but even people that are just confused by what's happening, they have criticisms, and part of it is they're listening to these other people. But you're always going to have criticism, and I know people know this, but it rings true, and it's something that needs to be repeated. When you're a leader, people will criticize you if you do this thing or you do this thing over here that's the exact opposite. They still will criticize you. They'll be mad if they do this. They'll say, "Hey, he's not assertive enough." Now, if you're real assertive, they'll say, "Oh, he's angry. He's aggressive. He's selfish. He's only thinking about himself right now." And so you gotta. It's tough to balance it because you don't want to alienate everyone to some extent. You want to please other people, as bad as that might sound. Um, in this day and age where you don't want to be a people pleaser, but that can't be your main aim. Your main aim is what the objective is, whether it's being a leader of this certain group and you want the group to be a good group, and you got to take certain actions, and some people may like them, some people may not like them. You have to do those things, and then all along the way, you can sacrifice some of your own desires from time to time. But if your primary goal is to please others, you can sacrifice your whole life, and they'll spit on your grave, so to speak. And so, when I say that, it makes me think of Christ and how he sacrificed himself in order to give us life, in order to purchase us, to redeem us. And but one thing, he didn't pay so much attention to the critics. He was hanging on the cross. They said, "Come down from there, save yourself, save these others." He could have done that if he would have listened to the other people that were saying to do this to prove himself. Then, where would we be? But he didn't pay attention to that so much. It's in there, but I think it's a lot of it's for our example. He sacrificed himself. Yes, he didn't utilize his full right, but it was at the right time. He had the right timing to do the right things. And that's the same with us. Don't just listen to somebody because they criticize you and they don't want they don't want to see you blossom. They don't want to see you bloom. So they criticize you. Well, sometimes that person just has to, you have to live with them hating you, or live with them criticizing you, because sometimes it's not the best decision to sacrifice yourself. Let me get this set in. And I don't even know if I'll go up to 160 today. I might. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of going slow when I need to go slow, through the tough spots, painful spots, and the strong spots, speeding it up a little. All right, 135. See what this feels like. One more. Not bad. Okay. Got 160 on there. Let's see what this is like. this for a spin. Just kidding. All right. That's it. Muscles could have did one more, but everything else is feeling like it could. Knees were good, but I ain't gonna pass out up in here. All right, 135, and then plan is to go body weight. All right, body weight. Ah, that's hard. All right, that's it. 1947. Thanks for watching. Keep pushing. Keep trying to reach your goals. Don't stop. Let something stop you. Don't stop. You don't stop you. Let something else stop you. Don't stop on your own, unless God's telling you to stop or something. All right.